I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV, we engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out Youth Impact Zone. And this is where we interview young people on the continent of Africa doing exceptionally well against all odds. I always say they are not complaining. They are not saying it's a difficult continent. They are not saying all the challenges that comes with living on the continent and those in the diaspora as well, but they are really working against all odds to get to their destination of success. And these are the people we bring on board on the Step Out Youth Impact Zone for them to come and to come and share their stories to really inspire other young people. And trust me, is going to be an amazing discussion today because my guest is seated and I can't wait to speak to her. But then before I go on to my guest, I just want to make some few mentions of our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy. That is your business training and consulting firm. Train to Inspire also works with students. Train to Inspire also work with students in relation to their personal development, and also they work with colleges, universities, and second cycle institutions. Also, ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. ZPay says that if you really want to really go for mobile money, then they are the go-to person. They are also into remittance. They just launched their USSD code for mobile money, and that is *270#. Just dial it on your phone and register for ZPay mobile money. If you want to contact any of our sponsors, their contact details are scrolling on the screen. Take them and contact them. Also, if you really want to support or you want to really sponsor any of our programs, just talk to us. Take the number for T2I TV UK or Train to Inspire Consultancy for so that you can sponsor any of our programs. Look, what we are doing our best. Last year, I don't know how many young people that we interviewed on the continent and in the diaspora, and how many young people that we impacted. If we really want to grow, we cannot do it alone. We need your support. Just contact us and give us a helping hand how we can grow this. Give us a helping hand with your resources so that we can build this. This is like a philanthropy we are doing, but it's about the passion that we have for young people on the continent of Africa. And tonight, we are here to also inspire the generation. And you can't afford to miss this. If you are watching us, I want to encourage you to share this for somebody to have an opportunity to watch this. And also, I want you to like our page, T2I TV UK, and also that is on Facebook and also on YouTube. Now, do you have on the hot seat? I have known this lady for some time now, very diligent in terms of her business. And we don't just bring people on this platform just because they are beautiful. We bring people on this platform just because they are beautiful or handsome, so that the men will not come after me. But we don't bring them just because they are beautiful or handsome, but just because they have got a story to share. Their story is what we seek for. And if you've got any story, you can share it on this platform. This platform is not only about we don't really deal with celebrities. Even if you're a celebrity, you'll not come here and come and show us your makeup. You'll have some questions to answer. And this is going to be knowledgeable questions that we are going to use to inspire the next generation. So tonight, who do I have? She's an HR executive by profession and she is an entrepreneur. She is in a person of Jessica-Ruth Kouzalou. Please welcome to Step Out Youth Impact Zone, and you are live on T2I TV UK.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
How
I
has
really
your day
appreciate it.
been? How has your day been?
Amazing and crazy, but it's okay.
Wow, wow. Amazing and crazy. These are two different words, but the good news is that we are still here.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, our topic for discussion, that is how to build a sustainable business. And this is based on how you were able to start a business from nowhere after university, and you have been able to really establish it as a business as a young lady. And
Yeah.
this is the kind of stories we want to share. Now, in our generation, some young people are always looking for fast track way to make money, but you decided to go the hard and the most difficult way. And to me, this is an amazing journey after really listening to your story. Now, let me go straight to business. Who is Jessica-Ruth Kouzalou in your own ways?
Okay. Jessica-Ruth Kouzalou, formerly known as Jessica-Ruth Afo, is a very determined young lady, 27 years of age, very hardworking, very focused, hardly plays around. Most of the time, people say, "Oh, you behave older than your age." But then I feel it's great. Jessica is just Jessica, a young girl trying to survive, I think.
Wow. 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 A young girl trying to survive. Yeah, that is true. Because I always say that if you don't survive, you not get to thriving, and after thriving, you will not be successful. So you
Very
need to
true.
survive, and that is a very good mindset. Now let's go straight to business. Tell me about growing up.
Growing up was fun as any young person, obviously. Growing up in Ghana, as we all know, is it's crazy, fun, difficult. It has everything inside. But growing up was good. And I basically grew up in the Western region. That was where my parents were. So I grew up in the Western region, schooled mostly in the Western region, and finally moved to Accra to go to the university, Central University College. That has basically been it.
Wow, 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 wow. So when did it dawn on you that you can do business?
It's funny and at the same time life changing because I moved to Accra to do human resource management in Central University, like I said earlier. And at one point, we started a course called entrepreneurship. Growing up, honestly, I wanted to be a lawyer, but that course kind of turned my life around. I figured, well, this is what I want to do. Maybe I want to be an entrepreneur, in as much as I didn't understand it that much in the beginning. But going further in the course made me understand a lot. And I started selling a few things. Panties, university, what we do, panties, dresses, shoes, and stuff like that. And I figured, I'm doing well in this section. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. But then at one point, it was dragging my grades also back because I was so focused on it. When I figured I was doing so well in it, I was so focused on it at a point, I would just go out and sell stuff without even coming to class. So at one point, I just had to stop and then focus on my grades. But then I figured this is what I want to do. But then I needed to get the degree for my dad because my dad is very serious on the education aspect. So I had to. But then at the back of my head, I figured this is what I want to do.
Wow. Is entrepreneurship in the family or you are one out of the blue?
My mom. My mom has sold basically everything before. My mom has sold meat pies, spring rolls, fresh fish, everything. So I think growing up, funny thing is, in Africa, when women sell those things, there is lack of respect for most of the educated people towards them. So growing up, I had it at the back of my mind, well, I don't want to sell spring rolls and stuff like my mom is doing. I want to be very educated and be doing classy stuff like working class lady. But I think when I figured this thing was for me, I was the only person I was looking up to was my mom because she had the skills to sell everything. And I think that is what really pushed me at one point.
Wow. So your mom was a source of motivation for you.
A big one.
But you realized that when you were at school, doing business and going to school was really conflicting.
Very.
How were you able to really focus on your school whilst doing business?
At one point, like I said, I had to drop the business aspect because up to level 300, I had a few resets to do. So I put a stop to the selling, the buying and selling, and I saved the money somewhere. And then I started focusing on school. I was like, let me just finish this aspect, at least for this month, and then go back to what I really want to do.
So what advice will you give to anybody that is really in school but still having a side business? What advice are you going to give to them?
It is very good. If at this point I could tell my younger self, I would have told my younger self to learn how to manage and blend the two and not just drop one. I think I was too young to understand and manage the two. That was why I had to drop one. But at this point, if I'm telling any young person doing this, I'll tell you to do both, but then know when to prioritize any of them. I think that's the best.
Wow. Because the reason why I'm asking that is that a lot of young people wants to finish school before they figure out what they want to do. But you really figured it out whilst you were in school.
Yeah.
And it was just one course that really sparked that in you. Can you really tell us that lightning moment where you realized that, wow, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Yeah. I think they asked us to draw a business plan. Anybody who has done entrepreneurship in the university knows that at one point you have to draw a business plan. So as a group, they asked us to draw a business plan. And my group, they drew a plan for a coffee shop. But then secretly, I drew my own plan for a hair salon. Because one thing about me also is when I look good, it means everything to me. And when I see others look good, I'm just excited. So I drew my plan for a salon, whilst the group which I was in drew for a coffee shop. So after I went through my business plan, I told myself, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want to do. I want to do business. I want to set up a business
Mm-hmm.
because if they ask the group to draw for for one, and we drew a coffee shop, and single-handedly I managed to draw a whole plan for something else, then this is what I want to do. So I think I showed it to our HOD then, and he asked me why the group drew something different. And I was like, maybe this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I had to draw this on my own. But then that man is more of a Christian. So he asked me to pray about it, to find my purpose and all that, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. Because for example, I did my business plan. That is when I was doing my masters, I did my business plan based on my business, that is Train to Inspire consultancy. And I think when we're able to do that, it gives you an in-depth understanding of what actually you want to do. But a
Exactly.
lot of people in Africa, especially, they do business without business plan. Somebody tells them, "Oh, this business is good. Oh, go to China, go and get them and buy." They just run for it, isn't it?
That's true. That is very true. Funny enough, I meet a lot of young people, sorry, and they go like, "Oh, Sister Jessica, I want to do this." I'm like, "Okay, what's motivating you?
Mm,
What's the plan? What's How do you want to see it? Or because you want to do it because everybody's doing it?"
mm,
If that is the case, then I'll personally tell you not to.
mm,
But if you have a plan for it, let's say 5 years from now, this is where you want to see it. 10 years from now, this way. And they'll be like, hey, 10 years. I'm
mhm,
like, so were you just looking at,
mm,
I'm doing it today and tomorrow I stop?
mm.
Then there is no point to do it at all.
Because it's quite interesting, because sometimes when I meet a lot of young people, I say, "Oh, if you continue to do what you are doing, 5 to 10 years, you are going to break through." They are like 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years. I tell you, they're like, sometimes I tell people it took me, though I had my plan and I had my business registered and everything, it took me everything together about 4 or 5 years to really say, oh, I've started. And
Mm,
it'll be like, hey,
mm,
I'm like, it doesn't just happen.
mm, mm. Exactly. So after school, what was the next step for you?
After school was national service,
Mm,
obviously in Ghana.
mm,
So, but then I still had the running a business at the back of my mind. Honestly, when I figured out a business is what I want to run,
mm,
nothing else enticed me. Because I
mm,
remember when I did my national service in GPHA,
mm,
Gapoha in Takrady,
mhm,
my boss then would have done anything to make me stay
mm,
because to him I was very good of an HR. But
mhm,
then personally, that didn't entice me. That wasn't what I was looking for.
mm,
So I remember telling him, Mr. Shen, I really appreciate what you want to do for me.
mm,
But in all honesty, if I'm to do this, I will not be happy.
mm,
So I need to leave. So instead of doing national service for up to September, I think I left in July.
mm,
I left in July to, in as much as I didn't have enough money and all that to start the business, I had a vision. So the main idea is go figure things out, do whatever it needs to be done to get this business started. So after school, that was it.
because the point you are making here is quite interesting, especially relating to young people. Lots and lots of young people who have taken the offer of the man of your manager, and
Yeah,
go on, and because the mentality will be, I have to work and save money before I start my business, and before they realize, they end up over there,
exactly. I
as a
always
pensioner.
tell I
So
always tell people
mhm,
you don't need that huge capital to start a business. I remember when I mentioned it to my family, I want to do a salon. My dad's first word was, it needs a big budget. And there's one thing I should say here, whether you are rich or you are poor, entrepreneurship is a hard journey.
mm,
It doesn't favor anybody. It is brutal to everybody.
mm,
And my dad will tell you it's a huge budget. I told him one day, I don't really need a huge budget. I just need support.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. If you support me, that Jesse, I support what you're doing. Even if you don't give me one CD, I'm going to figure my way out, and I'm going to make sure I succeed in this. So entrepreneurship doesn't need, oh, I need to gather. If you want to gather huge money, you will end up at the age of 65 still working for somebody.
Wow.
It needs determination.
But do you think this entrepreneurship thing that you are really think about, let's look at when you were in school, right? And you were doing business whilst you were going to school. How were your mates perceiving you?
Oh, most of them told me, "Oh, you don't like school. You're not serious. You're not this." And some of them even thought I was just doing it to get money to feed, which that wasn't my problem. That wasn't my focus. My focus was trying to get something so that by the time I'll get out there, I wouldn't have to, because there is this adage that in Ghana that in soon kitten, oh
Yeah.
yeah, like little drops of water
Makes a mighty
makes
ocean.
a mighty ocean. And growing up, I always had that at the back of my mind, that I grew up with an old woman, so I had a lot of stuff at the back of my mind that the little, even if it's one CD today, two CDs tomorrow, three CDs today, it's going to add up to make a huge amount at one point. So I wasn't looking for a day that I'll get billions to start. I was
Wow.
just moving like a tortoise, knowing I'm going to get there at one point.
Wow. If you are watching this, we want to encourage you to share this for somebody to have an opportunity to also watch this. And also like our page, T2I TV UK, on Facebook and also on YouTube, because we are having a powerful discussion with Jessica-Ruth, and she is really sharing her entrepreneurial story. Now, after school, you left, then you decided to venture into business. You needed the support of your parents so that they can push you. Where did the help come from?
There's this thing my mom does when you are 18 years. I think even if we are in 1993 or 2001, she'll give you 2,000 Ghana cedis. No matter how small or big it is, she'll give you 2,000 Ghana cedis. And she expects you to save it or do whatever you want to do with it. So after school, after when I turned 18, she gave me that amount of money. And when I got that,
So how much was it specifically?
2,000.
Wow.
2,000 cedis then, I think about more than 5 years ago. She gave me that amount, and I bought a treasury bill with that amount. And so when it got to the point I needed money, it was somewhere around 3,500 specifically then. And then when I came home, obviously I've rejected a job and there was nothing really to do, but my mom has a cement store. And then my dad had tiles, nails, the constructional stuff. He had that store. So, and I didn't tell them I rejected the job. I just came home and told them I didn't get the job. Because if I had told my dad I got a job in the harbor and I rejected it to come and be a hairdresser, that would have been the end of my life. And if he's watching, today is the day he's going to know, because I never met, and I'm not around, so he doesn't care. I never mentioned that I rejected a job offer. So I came home, and obviously I'm not working. It was pathetic. So they asked me to sit in the shop, and then they'll pay me 500 cedis a month.
Wow.
And then a few pocket monies here and there, but I felt it's a good offer. At least I'm going to stay home free. I'm going to get free food. I'm going to not pay rent and stuff like that. So I took the offer happily, and I was saving every pocket money that comes my way. And the 500 cedis, honestly, let me chip this in. I'm not from a poor background, but I was going hungry sometimes because I was saving every money coming my way to start something. So sometimes I had to feed off my mom when she buys watchet, and I'll just join in and stuff like that. And that was how I managed to gather as much as I could to fit in the capital I needed to start the business.
Because this is where a lot of young people would have been spending that money, like, because they've got too much in their hands. They are not paying rent, they are not
Yeah.
paying no bills, and they are living at home. Food is there, but you decided to save, right? Do you
Yeah.
think there is a saving culture among the youth?
No. If we take 100%, maybe 20, 30, the rest is basically hand to mouth, and they'll tell you, oh, I don't have money. Oh, the money is not enough. I know somebody who told me, oh, he wanted to start a cold store. At that point, he was earning 3,000 as a contract staff in a mining company. The contract ended, he came home and he's still complaining he couldn't start the shop. And I was like, you were getting 3,000 a month. You could have saved like three, you divide it into three and save 1/3 out of it. And then spend whatever you want to spend. If the contract was for 2 years, you would have ended up saving as much as possible to get at least 2 refrigerators and start. Because starting a cold store doesn't mean you have to do it boom. It starts little by little. But then this person was giving excuses, and from how I've seen it, that is how it is with most of our youth. We are always complaining, oh, there is no money, oh, but you get money to buy new stuff. You get money, somebody's not working. The person is holding iPhone 11. Somebody will come to you. I remember somebody asked me for a loan. I told him, you hold an iPhone 11, you have a Camry, you are living a very luxurious life, and you're running around asking for
Money.
loans. Are you serious?
Wow.
It doesn't work like that. And that is the thing with our generation.
Wow.
Especially Africans. The African youth doesn't want to save. Not all of them, most of them wouldn't save with an excuse, oh, I don't have. But then we'll look shepe.
Wow. But you made mention of one thing that actually it really it struck a chord, and that was, you said they're not enough. Every time we say we don't have enough, that is why we cannot save. Do you think that is a very good excuse?
No, that is not. The saving culture, sometimes I think it all starts from how we were brought up. That's what I believe. It's start from how we were brought up, because if you're brought up in a home where there is always the complaint, oh, I don't have enough. So if anything comes, everything goes. That is how you're going to grow up to be. Personally, how I grew up in a way that if I'm given 2 cedis, I make sure I put 1 cedi somewhere. Even though I know my mom will take it and tell me, oh, some out of panta mono. I still keep it because I feel ochnan so mehia. So I just put it there. And I remember when I was in secondary school, that was about 8 years back or more, they were giving me 50 cedis for every term. And I'll still go to school and come back with about 20 cedis. And my mom would be like, you don't eat? I told her I eat, but I try to save. Sometimes there was this lady who was keeping my money in the staff common room. By the time we vacate, she'll give me an envelope, which will have my money that I had saved with her. Sometimes 100 cedis, sometimes 60 cedis. Those times it was money. It was a whole lot of money for me. And I'll take it home and put it there, that I'm putting it there. The next term, when they give me money again, I'll add it up. And if my mom hadn't taken my money like that, I'll be rich by now.
Your mom is watching you and she will say, "This girl has put me on the spot once again."
Or they
Yes,
may
please.
call.
Yes, please. If you are watching us, please share this for somebody to have an opportunity to really listen to this program, and also like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. T2I TV UK. I'm really enjoying the discussion, and trust me, these are the kind of discussions that we bring to you every single week, 3 times a week. And the aim is to really change the narrative on the continent by allowing young people like Jessica to share their stories to inspire other young people. Sometimes we think it is only the older generation that needs to be given a platform. These young people are not rich, but their stories are very inspirational to really cause other young people that have given up on the continent to also be encouraged that if Jessica can do it, then I can also do it. So now you started saving, and what was the next chapter?
It took me 2 years after uni, after national service, to finally open the shop. And God being so good, the shop has been there for nearly 4 years or 3 years, 3 years, 3.5 years, nearly 3.5 years. And that's how we be running. And it's a salon, Bisandri's Unisex Salon. Uh, and it's known as one of the biggest in my region. Western region is known as one of the most known and popular stores in Western region, and the biggest in Takwa at the moment. So
Wow. So how were your parents like when they realized that at long last you've been able to achieve it?
yeah, I remember one of those days I was coming from the house. There is an office for my dad in the shop, so in his shop. So I was coming from the house and I heard him talking to one woman, and he told the woman, I'll say this in fancy, but then translate it in English. "Meba nemia edinu, hey, meba ne hune katikati dem nemia edinu rough." That was what he was telling the woman. So I heard it, so I just went to the shop to work, to greet him and work. And so I felt at one point he felt really proud. He felt, and sometimes he'll bring his friends. Maybe the salon new, like, so you can tell he's. And for my mom, she's always been supportive and very proud of everything I have achieved. My mom, she's been everything. She's been everything.
Now let me ask you this: why saloon and not any other business?
Cause I just love beauty stuff. I like it when I see other people look beautiful. I like it when I see myself look beautiful. I keep saying I see beauty in everything, even if you don't. I see beauty in everything, and it's you just need to let it out. So I just
Wow.
like to see beautiful stuff.
So it means that you were following your passion, right?
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
why is it that a lot of people cannot follow their passion? Because you are an HR executive, right? You
Yeah.
could have you could have really decided to stay in the HR industry,
Yeah.
but you realized that that wasn't your passion.
Yeah.
Now, why is it that a lot of people are not able to really go with their passion, but rather because you see the course probably you do at school or that was offered to you at the university probably is not your passion. But you could see that one powerful statement that you have made here that I think this defines that this is your purpose in life is that you see beauty in everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell people that they have got some passion, but they haven't got the boldness to really pursue it. Talk to them.
Yeah. I think it is fear. Fear is one thing. Sometimes when you're stepping into waters, you're like, what if?
Mm-hmm.
You go like, what if I don't succeed? What
Mm.
if? And we like to be comfortable. We like to stay in our comfort zone. At least if I go for a job, I'm going to end up earning a salary and all that. What if I do this entrepreneurship, even if it is my passion? Let's say it's sewing. Even if sewing is my passion, even if art is my passion, what if it doesn't pay? What if I don't succeed? There are people already doing it. What if I don't make it to where I want to?
Mm.
Okay, then we'll crawl back into our shells and just start looking for a job. And if we get a good offer, we go for it and we keep doing it. And so I think it has to deal with fear and we being too comfortable
Mm.
in places that offers us what we think we want, not necessarily
Mm.
what we need. Because as a human being, in the aspect of work, I think if you do what you love, it just fulfills you. No
Mm.
matter how poorly you are earning,
Mm.
it's fulfilling.
Mm.
It's very fulfilling knowing at the end of the day, this is what I want to do. I have a lot of joy doing it. And it's, it just gives you that feeling. So,
Mm.
as I would just urge everybody, search within you, look for what you really love to do,
Mm.
and go for it. Because whether you live with the fear and draw back or you go for it, at the end of the day, one of it is going to fulfill you in life.
Mm.
And most of the time, the only thing in life that will give us that kind of fulfillment is scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy.
Mm.
But then at the end of the day, it's like you're running a race and you win and you're happy.
Mm.
You're like, it wasn't easy, but I achieved it.
Mm.
I made it there.
Mm. Mm.
But there is this thing in life. Sometimes if you're given something easily and you're like, do I even deserve it? Like
Mm.
you get that feeling sometimes. Uh, but if you fight for it, if you work for it, if
Mm.
you give it your all for it,
Mm.
you begin to understand that feeling like,
Mm.
wow, I did it. I made it
Mm.
here.
Mm.
And it's a good feeling.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because the reason why I told you to speak to those people is that people don't really have the courage. And I think sometimes you see it's immediate gratification, right? So
Yeah.
if you had taken the job at the port, then you would have continued to really earn salary.
Yeah.
But I can tell you the money that you would have been earning there, probably you can make it a week in your saloon, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, that is it. Initially, you wouldn't make it, but as time goes on,
Mm,
you will make it and you
mm.
make double dose of it, and you'll be like, wow,
Yeah,
it feels good.
but people don't want to sacrifice. I think that is the problem. The
Yeah,
initial sacrifice is very expensive for them.
very,
Mm, mm, mm,
very.
mm,
Sometimes it's hard. I
mm,
think sometimes because and also it has to do with society, with the
mhm,
society where we come from. It has to deal with it. It plays a very vital role because
mm.
I remember clearly one man from my church came to my shop and made a statement. Now what school area now Baba
I
Yeti?
think I think try and speak it in English because most of our audience are also from
Yeah, he
other
was
countries.
like, you've completed university and you want to be a hairdresser.
Mm,
Ah, by now you should be working in some office and start thinking of your master's degree and all that and all that. I was like, okay. I was trying to be respectful, so I just said, okay, thank you.
mm,
Then one other man who is my dad's friend, he also met me and he's like, hairdresser can't pay you. Why are you doing this job after all the school fees we paid? I
mhm,
was like, okay. Like, so the society in which we come from
mm,
sometimes doesn't support this.
mm.
So it makes everybody wants to please society, wants to please what is going on. Oh, even if I have a job and the job is paying me 1,500 a month, I don't care. At least people see that I'm going to the office and coming back. That is it. Our society also plays a role.
Because you see, from what you are saying, there was a girl I was mentoring, and I'm not mentoring that girl anymore because the mindset, right?
Yeah.
So this girl was looking for a job, and I was like, okay, what kind of job? So she wanted to work in a bank with these telcos and all those kind of stuff. And I said, so what are you doing now? And she said she was helping the mom in terms of the mom's porridge business. And I said, okay, so is that what the mom used to really look after you at school? She said yes. I said, so how much does your mom makes in a day? And she said between 100 to 150 Ghana cedis a day.
Wow.
And I'm like, so that is the reason why you went to school. You have to add a professional touch to your mom's business, right?
Exactly.
Now your mom is in one location, you can have different locations where this business. So it means that if you are making 100 Ghana cedis a day and you have got 5 locations, potentially you can make 500 a day,
Exactly.
right? And I said, this is how you have to really put yourself into your mom's business. Now, this lady didn't understand where I was coming from because she was too big to do that business.
I
And I
know.
think and I think that is the problem with it. Yes, that is the problem, that a lot of young people look down upon certain businesses because all of them, they want to wear suit and sit in an air condition.
That's
Eh,
it.
And I think that is totally wrong. It's a wrong mindset.
Very wrong. Very wrong. Because for me, I think few years to come, there will be no jobs available. So I remember one day I asked myself, my dad worked in the mine for so many years. And when I completed school, there was no job for a lot of people who did their services in the mines. They had to come home and others had to follow and all that. So I asked myself, if the mine is bringing a lot of people home like this, and for Takwa, for instance, most of the population depends on the mines.
Mhm.
So some years to come, my kids won't find jobs to do.
Mm.
So if my kids won't find jobs to do, what am I supposed to do?
Mm.
Even if they wouldn't be hairdressers and all that, at least if I set up the company in a very solid way,
Mm.
at least they can come and manage it
Mhm.
years to come when there is no job out there for them. Or maybe the jobs out there wouldn't be able to even pay as well as it's paying now.
Mm. Mm.
But then most people don't really think of it that way. And I always say this thing, cares be unto any person who doesn't think of at least 2 generations after them.
Mm.
Because those generations, if you're thinking of just you, then those generations to come are doomed.
Mm.
Because if just you, look at us right now, especially in Africa and its surroundings, it's just messed up.
Mm.
So if you are bringing other generations into such environments, I mean, Africa, and you're not thinking of anything concerning those generations, then don't bring them
Mm. Mm. You
unless you're prepared to.
Mm. There is something I always tell people, that the day you die, that is the day your pension pay dies.
Exactly.
and 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 like for you now, you've got a salon,
Yeah.
but the day you die, your salon does not die with you.
No, it doesn't.
Your salon does not die with you, God forbid.
It
But
doesn't.
you see, people should understand, and that is what you are talking about, leaving legacies for generations to come.
Exactly.
Because if you are thinking about yourself and only yourself, then definitely you will not leave any inheritance or legacy for your children.
For your
And
kids.
I always say that the best inheritance for your children is to develop them to have the right mindset. The
Yes.
second form of inheritance is to leave something for them.
Yeah.
What you can leave for them is not your pension pay.
Nah.
Your pension pay dies with you the day you die. So what you have to leave for them It's a business, it's a vision, something that you have established
True.
that they can come in and take over. I was speaking somewhere and I was given an example of Dangote. For generations to come, you see, the name Dangote alone can even provide you a job.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
That you go to an office and you are looking for a job and you say, my name is Yumano Dangote. They'll ask you, are you the son of Dangote? Or you say, no, I'm a nephew. Okay, get a job. So the legacies that we can leave, it can take even so many generations for
True.
them to really still survive in the marketplace.
True.
Now let me ask you this, right? Now, what were some of the challenges that you faced that you think enough is enough? I just want to give up. Like, yes.
Uh, a lot, like in the beginning, where every entrepreneur in the beginning, you're not really going to make money. At one point, you might not even be able to pay your staff
Mm,
if God doesn't come in.
mm,
It's in the beginning, it's hell.
mm,
Your sometimes the people you were thinking, oh, this person will come along, this person will support me, this person, no, they won't.
mm,
It would take a lot for those people to finally join the car.
mm,
So in the
mm,
beginning, it was terrible.
mm,
I wasn't making enough sales, especially with the hair business. It deals with trust.
mm,
So until people have built that trust around you, that
mhm,
much confidence around your
mm,
work, it is
mm,
difficult to build clientele. So
mm,
building clientele was just one of my difficult moments.
mm,
And not having clientele means obviously you're not going to have enough to pay salaries.
mhm,
So it was really tough. I remember I was working with 4 people in the beginning. I had to let almost 2 of them go and then do it with the other ladies available. At one point, I had to let another one go. So it was just me and the other lady because I couldn't pay them that much.
mm.
So it's very tough in the beginning, building clientele, trying to make sales. It was very tough. At one point, I remember I cried,
Mm.
and every entrepreneur has cried.
Of course, I agree.
Oh,
Including the men and myself.
oh, everybody, every entrepreneur has cried because you will cry. You will cry. Sometimes you will have to go hungry to make sure you keep people at the workplace because
Mm,
if you are eating and you're not paying salaries,
mm,
obviously they are going to leave. So sometimes the money you're supposed to eat
mm,
or keep yourself, you have to pay
mm,
salaries and then make sure things are running, products are there, everything is okay.
mm.
And it's really tough in the beginning. It's very
Well,
tough. At one point I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore. But then you just keep pushing.
what is that one thing that you made sure that you did that really kept people coming back?
My customer service, I would say at one point the HR thing really
Mm,
helped me
mm,
because HR does a lot, deals a lot with customer service,
mm,
human psychology,
mm,
organizational psychology. So I think that part really, really helped me
mm,
because for my customer service, I treat almost all my clients like family. Like I'm very very lovely with everybody. And
mm,
I always tell my staff, no matter what you're going through,
mm,
the moment you come to work,
mm,
please let's all drop it in front of the gates
mhm,
and work.
mhm.
After work,
Pick it up.
we yes, after work, you pick it up. And if you want to put it on my head, put it on my head.
Mm,
We all work through it. But if we are working, we are working.
mm,
We make sure every customer leaves there very happy, very satisfied, and okay.
mm,
But until then, And I think that is what has really, really helped, because I have tons of times I will call my clients. How are you? It's been a while. How are you doing? How is everything? In the mornings, I can test almost all my clients. How are you doing? How is everything? Are you okay?
Mm.
Just to
Wow.
make sure. Sometimes I wouldn't even be like, oh, we've not heard from you for a long time. I'll just, how are you? How are you okay? And just like that.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Nothing personal, but I just make sure they are all okay.
Wow, wow, wow. This is building a stronger relationship with your clients. Now,
Yeah.
there's a lot of small businesses that don't understand this, what you are talking about.
Yeah.
Some insult their clients, some are very rude, especially small and medium enterprises in Africa, especially Ghana.
I've had those experience.
They don't understand how they can the reason why they are in business. They don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't really care whether they lose a customer or not. What are you going to tell those people?
I always say your clients are your income.
Mm,
I always say that thing. Your clients are your income. So if you don't respect your clients, if you don't treat your clients nice, you're not going to make income.
mm,
Because if one person comes today, even if you've been nice to 1,000, and then you are rude to one, she goes somewhere and she hears your name. Oh, don't go. That person, she's rude.
mm,
Maybe you were not rude to all of them,
mm,
just her. And she's going to carry the news
mm,
across. And
mm,
this one also carry it across. So
mm,
I always say one thing: when you get to your workplace, see yourself as a servant,
mm,
because you are there to serve.
mm,
When you get to your home, you are your boss.
mm,
You are your everything.
mm,
Don't accept disrespect,
mm,
but be nice to your clients. I
mm,
always say that thing, because without your clients, you have no business.
mm,
You have no income.
mm. Wow. What does the future hold for you?
Ah, the future is amazing.
Mm. Wow.
The future is amazing.
Wow.
The honestly, 5 years from now, I'm seeing two branches in Ghana. Possibly, I'm trying to start a branch here
Wow.
and then see how it goes.
Wow. Wow.
But then the
Wow.
future is amazing.
I will say you are a very ambitious lady.
Very.
Wow. 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 And I like people that don't complain, but they find solutions.
Yeah.
And I think that is what our young people they lack. Most of
Yeah.
our young people, they are not solution oriented, but they are problem oriented. That is, they like talking about the problem without finding solution.
That's
So
true.
sometimes when somebody says there is too much traffic in Accra, I say develop an app so that people can know where there is no traffic, right?
Exactly.
If you say, oh, the truck drivers are they are misbehaving on the road, do something so that when they park anywhere, you can alert the police people. We have to find problems, solutions to our problems, and
Yeah.
that is the work of our young people. They need to stop complaining and find solution. If
True.
Accra is filthy, find solution to the problem.
That's true.
And what people don't understand is that finding solution doesn't mean that you have to use your own money. Huh?
That's the thing.
We've got what we call OPM, other people's money. There are so many people that have got money sitting at the bank doing nothing. If they give you 0.1%, that is in millions,
That's true.
and they are looking to do something with their money.
That's
But
true.
as you said, we don't even have a business plan.
That's it.
We don't even have the vision, not to talk about business plan. Sometimes if I do training for young people, I also business people like small and medium enterprise, and I ask them how many of you have got business plan. No one of them, but they are complaining of money. I say, okay, now if somebody comes that I'm giving you $1,000 for your business, where is your business plan? You don't have one
You
sitting
don't
down.
have it.
And I think these are some of the challenges or some of the problems that our young people are facing, but they need to find solutions today. They need to come on this platform because this is where
They do.
we give you a book in one in an hour. You don't need to go and read more. You read a little, you come here, you learn a little. I've got so much comment here. Felix Gadegbeku, that is my senior
Wow.
at St. Augustine's College. He says, congratulations, you are doing a great job. Thank you. Then we
Thank
have
you.
got Solomon Donko. He says, I'm
Oh,
watching you live from Takwa, Ghana. I'm Solomon. Then I've got Miss Efia says, congrats, Jesse, go higher there. Then
oh,
we've got
thank you.
Phyllis saying, that's my girlfriend. Congrats. Then
Oh,
we've got Lebene Ahiabo. How are you doing? She says, congratulations, dear.
thank you.
Then I've got Mami Coffee. She's giving too many thumbs up. Then I've got Amma Ata. We can never have enough. Swa higher, darling. Then I have got Nyamehine Fosua Lipul. She said, Jesse, dear, congratulations, friend.
Oh,
Then
thank you.
Nausicaa says real talk 100%. Abner Costero says 100%. Then I don't know what Becanete is saying. Becanete is like too happy. There is no words. Just type the name. Yes, look, I've really enjoyed every bit of this discussion, and trust me, all I would say is that you need to continue doing what you are doing, right?
All right.
Stay
Thank you.
focused and be ambitious. Some people say the sky is the limit, but I always
Yeah.
say that the sky is a stepping stone for
Yeah.
another exploitation. Because if you want to get to the moon, if the sky is the limit, you can never get
You
to the
can
moon.
never get to the moon.
So don't let anybody limit you. You can have an international business, a business that you have got branches across the globe. Because now we are living in a world where a doctor can sit in London but be operating somebody in New York. That is the kind of world we live in now,
Yeah.
right? That is why I can sit in this place and have a conversation with somebody in Lagos, Nigeria. Times have changed, and don't limit yourself. Continue to push, and the sky will be a stepping stone. Now, before I go, I want to mention our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy, your business training and consulting firm, and also they work with students in relation to their personal development in second cycle institutions, colleges, and universities. Also, ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ALS says it doesn't matter what you are experiencing at the port. Call them and they will sort you out. Also, ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They just launched their USSD code *270# for mobile money. Dial it on your phone and register for ZPay mobile money. If you want to contact any of our sponsors, their contact details are scrolling on the screen. And also, if you want to support what we are doing or sponsor any of our shows, take the T2I TV UK number or Train to Inspire Consultancy number and talk to us. Jessica, it's been wonderful having you on the Step Out UT Park Zone, and I really enjoyed every bit of this discussion.
Thank you. It's nice being on the show, and I
Wow.
really enjoyed the whole show. Thanks
Wow.
for the opportunity. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What is your last word to anyone that is watching out? And if you can put out your contact details, if anybody wants to connect to you, especially in the UK, they can connect to you. And your last word to anyone that is watching us.
Okay, my last word is basically to all young people. Whatever it is you want to do, I just want you to set out for it, go for it. Don't look for excuses, because if you look for excuses, you will end up in your 60s, like I said,
Mhm.
still doing what you don't like.
Mm,
So go for whatever you think your heart desires, what you are passionate about. Just do it. And I'm not going to promise you success, but then you will succeed. You
mm,
will definitely succeed. It's not going to be easy, but you will succeed. You
mm.
will make it, and you will feel good and be proud about it. Just go for it. And if you're in UK and you're looking for an African hairstylist,
Mm.
basically braids, locks, permanent locks, full locks, all these trendy locks,
Mm.
you can contact me on 0786 4695875. I'll repeat 0786 4695875. You can reach me on WhatsApp, call, text, any of them.
Well, I think your hairstyle even proves that you are a very good one.
Oh, I
Yes,
braided it myself.
yes. And anyone that wants to contact her, please contact her. All my friends in the UK, especially in London, around Basildon area, please, even if you don't know her, contact me and I will connect her to you. This is what we can do to support our young
Thank you.
enterprise youth, for them to really get their business out there in the marketplace. You can also come in, but if you're an older person, if you want to come and talk about business, that one we charge you a little bit so that we support our platform. But for the
Thank
young
you.
people, it's free. Yes. So all that Jessica is saying, that go out there, follow your passion, and work towards it. Success is not assured, but there is one thing I believe in, that if you consistently do something, you always find different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
That is why when you give up, it means that you used one way and that one way didn't work.
Yeah.
You can start a different way. That is why Thomas Edison was asked, why have you done something 1,000 times and you have failed and you are still doing it? He says there are 1,000 ways to build the electric bulb. That was a very powerful response. Most of us, when somebody tells you you are not good enough, you accept it and you give up. If somebody says no, you accept it and you give up. The point is that nobody in life should stop you from pursuing your dreams in life. If you give up because somebody made a statement, it means you didn't have a vision in the first place. But if you really believe and you love what you do, it never becomes a job anymore. It becomes a habit. And the habit graduates to character and it becomes your destiny. A lot of people are struggling and not happy in life just because they don't like what they do. But they wake up every morning to still pursue it. If you don't love what you do, change it. Have the courage to change it. Because life is too short for you to continue to do things that you hate, but you still go on. When it is Friday, you are so happy. When it's Monday, you are too unhappy. For how long can you continue this way? A word to a wise is enough. On Thursday, we are here with a powerful discussion. You can't afford to miss it. Join us. These are the kind of discussion we bring you. If you are joining us for the first time, like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are here every Tuesday, Thursday, and on Saturday, 8 p.m. GMT. Join us, like our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always be here to share knowledge. Stop following the beefs, the insults, and all these things happening on social media that you are using your data for. It is about time you invest in knowledge, platforms like this. Because if you want to grow, those people insulting each other, they never add any value to you. God richly bless you
I'm done.
and see you on Thursday. Bye bye. Thanks, Jessica, for your time once again as well.
Hello.
Why? Move out.
I thought you were telling me to come.